what I really loved about this book was how he was able to just get through such difficult times with his mind. Like he was able to reframe things in an optimistic way, even though he was going through such a horrible experience. His outlook still managed to maintain somewhat positive throughout. Yeah. And I think I drew comfort from that, you know, and also gratefulness because, you know, you can imagine, I mean, you know, he lined up, you know, you're told to go left or right. Left as you die, right as you survive. Yeah. And, you know, going through those situations, he was able to kind of, not kind of joke about them or, you know, lightheartedly, but from his personal point of view. Like he even mentioned, like one of his friends or colleagues sneaked into his camp where he was, and he came to give them some advice, like all the other prisoners, and he said, yeah, don't be afraid, don't fear selection, but if you want to stay alive, there is only one way, look fit for work. And then I didn't actually write it down, but then he made a joke, the person made a joke to Viktor Frankl, like, unless you're that guy, or something, I'm paraphrasing, but he made a joke to something like that, and he referenced that in the book, and he was kind of laughing about it, and it was just like, in these such difficult times, there's still like a bit of laughter and moments of joy.
But that's human nature. That's what I mean. So that's why I think it's more about those sort of moments, you know, because even he talks about, like, I think there was a moment he was talking about with one of the guards, and the guards have the power, you know, and then even though, whether it was himself or one of his friends, kind of the guard said something and he maybe pronounced it wrong or said the word wrong, and then the prisoner was like, corrected him, and that's, even though you're in the power, he's kind of been superior to him in that moment, so then he was kind of beating him out of anger because he's just embarrassed him, versus, do you see what I mean? So it's like, I think it's more about those sort of moments, do you see what I mean? So we're talking about like that teamwork, that camaraderie, like trying to help each other get through things.
So about human psychology.
Human psychology, and then even like, just your perspective. I mean, he's very admirable. You know, it's like a lot of admiration, because to be, you know, we all, you know, I think I'm mentally strong, you know, and I know people that I think are mentally strong, and you think to yourself, in that situation, how strong would you be to not become apathetic and just become like a zombie, you know, to still keep, because again, I think he got a lot from helping people. Or people got a lot from him helping them, but he also got a lot from it himself, because it gave him a purpose, it gave him the meaning, the search. So I guess in that moment he found, right, the meaning of his life is to help people, but it's not just for them, it's also for him, because it's giving him now a reason to stay alive, basically. So okay. There was a point where just to touch on that, where you mentioned like he wanted to help people, and he had an opportunity to escape. And he was working as a doctor, helping patients, but a friend found a potential way for them to escape. So they escaped, but there was something wrong with their uniform and documents, because they not only had to escape, but they then had to get the right documents and uniform so that, you know, they wouldn't be captured again. But there was something wrong with the documents that night, so they returned back. But when they returned back, his patients in the unit where he was looking after them could tell that he was trying to escape, and he denied it. He said, no, that you like whatever. But he then decided, actually, I'm not going to escape. You know, I don't want to leave these people. I don't want to let them down. And he says he decided not to escape. And when he was told his friend wasn't going to, he gained an inward peace that he had never experienced before. He gained peace from the fact that he actually wasn't going to escape, and that he was going to look after the patients there. And I think that also just goes to show the type of person he is. He's obviously quite caring and considerate, and he didn't want to leave behind anyone.